Hey boys and girls, we are back for another week in the garage, and this week we're going to be starting to pull apart the S10. That's the plan anyway. So we got the last video, we got the LS pretty much set up and ready. As you can see, there's a couple parts missing off of it now that was on it in the video. Namely, it's the headers. I didn't have the right bolts for the headers or the gaskets on anyway, so I pulled them back off. I've got some different spark plug wires on order as well as a few other things for this whole ordeal. But this week what we got to do is let's get this popped. I had to bring the wife's RAV4 in here and do brakes and stuff today too. So we needed to wait to start this. Oh, let's get this hood open. I know we're going to take the hood off. I really don't want to. Upside down, guys. Yeah. Alright, there we go. So, we have to basically start emptying this of everything that is not needed for this to run, drive, stop with the LS in it, which is pretty much all of it. We're going to take all the AC equipment out for now. Oh, someone lost her ball. Yeah, you went to go that way? Yeah. Yeah. Look at that lineup. A bunch of cool cars. I really need to drive this more. It hasn't moved in like 2 months. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, we gotta get in here and get started on this. We're going to pull all of the AC components for now because, well, I'm not trying to make that work with the LS, at least not right now. So all that can come out. The radiator's got to come out. Everything that's bolted to this engine needs to come out. Not messing with the brakes because the brakes work fine. Although we will probably end up, god damn, the sun is bad today. We will probably end up changing at least some of the suspension, because I am afraid the torched, the lower it, front springs, and the 4-inch drop blocks are not going to play well with that. So we are going to start. I have things ordered, I'll put it that way. I don't know if we're going to get to them in this video, because I think this video is going to be more get this out than it's going to be prep the truck to do more. So at least that's the goal anyway, is start getting this. We need to empty it. All right, I am rambling. The worst part about this is we have put so much effort and money into this V6 to try to get it to run right, just to not do this, to finally just give up and do it, where I would have been $500 farther ahead, if not more, if we would have just said screw this all together and just started there. This was actually the engine that was meant for the Impala. This is the 5.3 liter that I traded the Cadillac for. Oh, this is half of that deal. This is the 5.3 that I traded. The oil pan's still sitting down there, and the TH400 and stuff sitting over there. We're not using the TH400. We got a TH350 sitting over there on the floor, if you don't remember that from the last video. that's the combo we're putting in here. We didn't do a lot with this engine in the last video. We just pretty much assembled it because it was basically a short block with heads on it. No accessories were on it. The oil pan wasn't on it. The intake, fuel rails, all that, none of that was there. We just got it to where it didn't look like crap. We made our junkyard LS look a little less junkyard, just tiny bit. Yeah. All right, I'm rambling. Let's get the wrenching. All right, so you want to be good? I know you got your truck out. This is where we've gotten to. The radiator's out. All the AC stuff is out. Basically, everything on the top end here that I believe I need to disconnect right now that I haven't found with the hoist yet, I think is disconnected other than the motor mounts, which I need to do from underneath. Which is not a bad start for the day. I think this is where I'm stopping for the night too, which means it's probably where I'm stopping for the next 5 days because I got to go back to work tomorrow. And then I've got the next week and a half off. Like almost 2 weeks. I want to say I'm like at like, well, I got like 12 days straight off. So 12 out of 14. So, and in that time frame is when we are dropping that LS in this thing. So we're going to make one video about getting it ready and a final video about getting it in there and hopefully running. If not, just getting it in, getting some things started, and then at least if we can end that video of it going in with it cranking, I'll be happy. If not, we'll just see what happens. Don't be putting that around your wrist like that. It can hurt you. Silly girl. So, but yeah, the plan is, I think, before this truck is what we're going to call finished, we're looking at, from this video, I'm going to say 2, maybe 3 videos before this thing is kind of taken on its final form, which I think will put us at like 6 videos total on this truck, maybe 7. Not sure. And I say that because as of me filming right now, you guys haven't even seen it yet. So there is that. And we've also just hit 300 followers on the channel, which is awesome. I'd like to double that. I would like to actually add a couple extra zeros to that number. I would like to definitely see us get to that, like 3,000, 30,000, you know, 130,000. That'd be amazing. I don't see it ever happening, but you never know. So if I can get enough of you guys to follow along, maybe one day. Maybe this is what we'll be doing for a living, I don't know, 2 years from now. But as of right now, I don't see that happening. So, but yeah. I think this is where we're going to call it quits for the night, because somebody, not to name names, Miss Skylar, wants Dad to go wash his hands and play with her for a little while. So I think that's what we're going to do. I will catch you guys a little later. At least work's getting done. All right, we are back for another day on the S10. Continuing the last little bit of video. Nothing has really changed from what you guys saw. We got everything up here disconnected. All I have done so far is I've jacked it up because that's what I've had time to do, and I cut the exhaust. That's been it. I haven't touched anything else. Kind of looked some things over to see what else I got left to disconnect. And from what I can tell, I need to disconnect the shifter linkage yet. I think like one wiring connection, fuel line, and motor mounts. After that, we're done. We can start ripping it out. Now, I still have the hood on, and frankly, I think I'm going to try to leave it on for right now. That way, if I need to push it outside without the engine in for whatever reason in the next few days, I can. But Yeah, if I can leave the hood on and I have to deal with realigning it, that's what we're going to do. Although I'm 99.9% sure that's not going to work. I'm probably going to have to take it off. And once I have to take it off, it's going to be when everything's in the way. Because, you know, I'll be honest, I'm not taking it off because I don't have help to take it off. So we're just going to kind of wing it and hope that things go okay. Yeah. Maybe I might give one of my buddies a call, see if they can come over and help me quick. See maybe Landon can come give me a hand, or Seth's at work. Yeah. That's going to be the boring part for me this time, is the whole time I have to do this, Seth is either at work or getting married. So I have no help. I have to do everything myself, which is terrible. But, yeah. So, enough yapping, let's get into it. Maybe I'll just try getting this hood off by myself. But, yeah, let's get to work. Alright, Lucas come over, helped me get the hood off, and we got the front engine mount bolts out. So not a ton else has changed, but that's kind of the update on where we are. Hopefully, now that I've got the kids home from school, took the Nova out for a little drive. We torture tested the Nova today, pretty much is what we've done. Took it to go get the kids from school. Picked Bub up, run him home, dropped him off, went and got Sis. And that's the challenging part, is because going to get Bub isn't hard. He's at the high school. I park at Burger King. He walks over. He gets in the car, and we leave. Picking her up from school, though, that involves setting in line, waiting. Pretty much. Hang on. Let me flip this to where I can see things. All right, there we go. Oh, God, I don't got a hat on. Where's my hat? Hang on, guys. I need a hat. Terrible on camera without a hat. Where's my hat? I don't think I have a hat. I think it's in the house. Sons of a bitch. Hat? No hat. Darn it. I don't like being on camera without a hat. A hat. Normal. There we go. So, picking her up from school is basically you go sit in line for a half hour, wait for them to get everyone through to get your kid. Thank you, Ohio, for getting rid of bus routes. That was just the smartest move ever. Because, you know, we need more football. We don't need bus routes to get kids to and from school. That would make sense. But anyway, so the concern has been for a hot minute, especially with what happened to that 4L60, was if I took it to pick her up from school, setting in there with no airflow, that eventually the transmission was going to get hot and I was going to have the same thing that happened to that one, happened to this one. And the engine temp, I was afraid the engine temp was going to go up because the fan's a little small, stuff like that. Just little things that are like, the car's good, don't get me wrong, but things that kind of worried me a little bit. And I'm glad to say it did good. I did every time we stopped, I threw it in park. That way, you know, it's not just sitting there pumping fluid through the transmission and everything for no reason. You know, it's not just sitting there and drive just to sit and drive. So I know that probably helped, but I do the same thing with the RAV. So I didn't drive it any differently in her school line than I would have anything else. That sounded terrible. But, so it's kind of one of those where I'm happy. It did what it needed to do, and it drove well. Now the next thing we gotta figure out on this is it's got some nasty bumps here. And I know it's because of how I put the front end together and to make it clear the tires, and I need to undo that and make it clear the wheels differently than it does how it sets. So that's got to be something that gets handled sometime between now and next spring, because I was going a little quick over the bridge to go get him, and the front end, I bounced, the front end went down, it came back up, and it just got all kinds of squirrely on me. So, like, I'm glad there was room between the lanes, because if there wasn't, I would have been in a car. And that was at like 40 mile an hour. So, yeah, that was sketchy. But, you know, things happen. So, okay, enough yapping about that. I just figured I'd tell you guys that this thing's doing well. I'm still bummed you guys didn't get to see the video me and Seth made of putting the transmission in, because it was going to be a neat video. At least I feel like it was going to be, because, well, it was us putting the transmission in. So, and it was us working on the Nova. You guys wanted more Nova content. I wanted to give you more Nova content. My GoPro said no. So, yeah, but that's what we're going to make up with it and work on another kind of cool little Chevy. So, then the goal is to get this done so we get the Impala back inside and start working on the Impala finally. Yeah. He bugs me every time he drives by. But yeah, so enough yapping. Let's get back to work. I want to get under there, and I'm going to start getting everything unbolted underneath, and then I'll try to bring you guys underneath and show you what's going on and what I did. If not, we may just cut to me pulling the engine out. That's a good possibility of what will happen too. So I got motivation and started working, and then forgot I didn't have the camera on. We are currently at the stage of finding everything that I'm going to break, because it's not disconnected from the engine. So that's what we're going through right now and making our way through. I think there's only realistically like 2 more wires. Oh, we went down. We are getting places! Yay! Let's see, where is it still connected to things? Oh, of course, that is looped through there. You know, that makes all of the sense. Hang on. Let me get that untangled. Success! It is out! Now we have a slightly not big engine bay that's empty to put that in. That's gonna be fun. That is gonna be a squeeze. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. Maybe this was a bad idea, guys. Let's put the V6 back in. Let's buy a Weber and call it a day. That sounds like a great idea right now. Shit. All right, there we go. I think this is going to be our stopping point for the night. We're going to get this probably into the garage somewhere and tell Lucas he needs to come get his engine, because Lucas wants this because he knows how many new parts are in it and he knows it does run okay. He wants to maybe slap this into a lawnmower? So, I guess let him have it. There's not really much. It needs like a coil wire to run, and a starter wire, and a battery cable, and some grounds. And that should just make it do the things, I think. I don't know. It's a little bit beyond me, but he can figure it out. He's a big boy. So, and I got the measuring because I was hoping this plate would tell us something, but it don't. This is, in fact, a THM Turbo Hydromatic 200C, and the overall length of this from the mounting surface to right here, I'm not aiming you guys, from the mounting surface right here, is just shy of 28.5 inches. Or maybe this one was right at 28. And I think this one was, no, this one was just shy of 28.5 inches. And the TH350 we have laying over here, that was 28.5 inches. So they are just little itty bits apart. So I think we're gonna call the wife, have her order a new transmission mount for this truck, because that should bolt to that transmission. It looks like it will anyway, but I want a new one. I don't want to dick with the old one anymore. We'll just get rid of it and make it go away altogether. Because the bolt pattern on the bottom isn't the same as like every other GM product. It's its own thing, apparently. So, and I would like that to line up with that transmission, just plop it in here and call it a day. Yeah, I think this is where we're going to go ahead and call it a night. And tomorrow, we may drop it down off of the jack stands and roll it outside so we can power wash the engine bay and get that all cleaned up. The goal for this video is, well, it was get that out and get the engine bay ready. After that, we'll start another video of getting that thing slipped down and in. I would like that to be a video in and of itself. Get that down in and running would be just the best. So I would say running and driving, but after we got that in and running, we still have a few other things we're going to do to the S10 while we have it basically like this, because I have my concerns with the suspension being this to that, and then that to that. Yeah. 4-inch drop blocks in an LS just sounds like a good way to turn a pair of leaf springs into pretzels, and I don't want to do that. So, but we'll talk more about how I'm going to solve all that in another video. We're not going to worry about that right now. So yeah, time to get this thing inside. I'm probably just going to throw it over here beside the beat or behind the beat something. I don't want to behind the beat because I want to be able to get the beat out of the garage tomorrow. So, but yeah. I'm glad I got that out. That was, realistically, the goal was for today was to get that out and get the engine bay done. But I told myself I realistically wanted to be putting that in the truck by Wednesday. Theoretically, tomorrow, without cleaning anything, if I slap the transmission on that, we could be putting that in tomorrow now because this is already out. But I want to go through, clean some things up. Basically not do like we did with the Nova because we were in a hurry. And get this looking decent in the engine bay before we slip the LS in, and then kind of make everything a nightmare to work with after that. So I don't want to paint the entire engine bay black or anything like that. I want to get rid of all the dirt and grime, shoot the cross member back. Guess it'd help if I aimed you guys the right way again. Shoot everything down here black, shoot the fender walls black, you know. Just kind of do an overall freshen up of everything. See if there's any wiring maybe we can just kind of get out of the way and all of that stuff. I'm not going to get rid of the heater box or anything because frankly I want to be able to keep using the heater. So we're going to try and plumb that bad boy in because I kind of want that to work. It worked really well before. So I'd like that. We didn't cut the power steering lines, so hopefully we can reuse them. I don't know what I'm going to do about maybe clean up the brake booster. We might try to shoot that in some black and just mask off around it maybe. I want to paint the inner fender walls and like up here, all that stuff. Clean up that cross member, just all kinds of dirt and grime. Get the hard parts of the motor mounts that we can just bolt down in place, get them bolted down in place. That reminds me, I wanted to look and compare now. See if these have a... Do, in fact, yes they do. They have the same exact bolt pattern. That is good. I wonder, could we just get away with... I'm not going to. I mean, we've got brand new motor mounts, but... Curiosity. Whoa, shit. About died. Well, that's gone forever. All right. It looked like it was close to lining up. Just... If you guys thought I looked shorter on camera, yes, the answer is yes. I'm like 5'5". And this thing's like 5'4" right now, so my arms don't reach. I'm a mechanic. It's great. It's gonna be a fun truck. Yep. Can't reach anything. Alright, but yeah, alright, that's what we're calling it. I've said it like 4 times now, I'm rambling at this point. So we're going to go ahead and shut this off and go inside. Well, get that put up and then go inside. Bye! Hey, boys and girls. So as you can see, I'm sitting in the house, which is kind of a rare thing for the video. As what I can only describe as the curse of this truck, all my video footage from this point forward, me finishing the engine bay is gone. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know where it went. Last I looked at this, this SD card, the footage was there. It is not. So I don't have any footage of me finishing up the engine bay. You will come to find in the next couple videos after this that this is future Kurt, obviously, and I'm a lot farther along in this build now than I was in that video. I believe right now, from the time of that video, it has been over a month. That should give you some insight on how this is going. And let's just say there's a lot more to come. The truck does get finished, I think. Saying that, it's still not done. But the next video, you'll see the LS going in. So yeah. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry there wasn't more to this video. There will be more to come very shortly. As soon as I can get done filming to edit some more video. This project has been such a nightmare so far that I've avoided editing and damn near avoided the camera now at this point. So, yeah, it is what it is. I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and get ready, because after this video, things go downhill quick. So yeah, see you guys then. Bye.